Now it's their strategy. See, these people who want money like this, they will manipulate the people on some. We're helping out the community, we're feeding the kids, we're helping the schools, building, we're doing something. We know these movements. We know how you guys do now. Yeah, it's crazy.
Y.A.D Totoro.
What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing good. Today, we have a little video. We got South Africa exposed in the building. The dark truth behind the South African Lotto. Lotto was glazed back there. Everyone was, you get what I'm saying? It was glazed like how Forex was. Amen. Let's tap in.
National Lottery operator Ithuba has hit back at what it calls misleading as well as factually incorrect claims circulating currently on social media.
Every week, millions of South Africans buy lotto tickets. Some are chasing a jackpot, others are chasing hope. They are told that even if they lose, the money still goes toward good causes. Community development, sports, arts, charities, the most vulnerable. But over the past decade, that promise has come under serious scrutiny. Because while billions were raised, investigators, journalists and auditors began uncovering a disturbing pattern. Money meant for communities appeared to be flowing somewhere else. This is the story of the South African Lotto, the National Lotteries Commission, and the named cases that exposed a system surrounded by corruption allegations, political links and unanswered questions.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The National Lotteries Commission, or NLC, is responsible for distributing lotto funds to good causes. On paper, the system is straightforward. Non-profit organizations apply for funding. The NLC evaluates the applications. Approved projects receive grants, but starting around 2017, official warnings began piling up. The Auditor General repeatedly flagged the NLC for serious governance failures. These included weak oversight, poor record keeping, conflicts of interest, and failure to properly monitor whether funded projects were actually completed. Despite these warnings, massive amounts of money continued to be approved. By this point, the Lotto had generated tens of billions of rand since its launch. Yet journalists began noticing a troubling trend. Projects funded on paper often did not exist in reality. Community centers were unfinished. Sports facilities were abandoned. Some organizations had received millions but had no visible presence at all. This triggered deeper investigations by media outlets like Groundup, Daily Maverick, and Amapungan. And what they uncovered pointed to something far more serious than simple mismanagement. One of the most widely reported cases involved Danger Primary Care, a non-profit organization that received millions in Lotto funding. According to investigative reporting, money meant for community healthcare was allegedly linked to the purchase of luxury properties, including a high-end home in Pretoria. The property was not registered in the name of a charity, but in the name of individuals connected to the organization. Journalists traced the funding trail and found that the project the money was meant for either did not exist or showed no meaningful progress. Another major case involved Zibsis Foundation, which received tens of millions of rand intended for community development projects. Investigations revealed that some of the money was allegedly used to buy expensive homes, including properties in gated estates. Once again, reporters visited project sites only to find empty land, locked gates.
Now it's their strategy. So these people who want money like this, they will manipulate the people on some. We're helping out the community, we're feeding the kids, we're helping the schools, we're building, we're doing something. We know these movements. We know how you guys do now. Yeah, it's crazy.
Or buildings that were never completed. Perhaps one of the most explosive cases involved Y.A.D, a company linked to former NLC chairperson Alfred Nevutanda. Y.A.D allegedly benefited from NLC funding through various channels, including property deals connected to Lotto grants. Nevutanda denied wrongdoing, but the optics were deeply troubling. The chairperson of the institution responsible for distributing funds appeared linked to businesses benefiting from those same funds. Another key figure was Philemon Letwaba, the former chief operating officer of the NLC. Letwaba was implicated in multiple investigative reports that alleged he played a role in steering funding toward connected individuals and organizations. Properties, luxury vehicles, and unexplained wealth became central to these reports. Letwaba denied the allegations.
I have to ask you the question, are you involved in dodgy dealings when it comes to the allocation of grants?
We refute all the claims that have been made in the media.
But the evidence raised serious questions about how decisions were being made inside the NLC. Then there was Siakana Trust, which reportedly received millions for housing projects. Journalists later found that some of the houses were never built, while others were incomplete. In some cases, beneficiaries said they had never even heard of the projects that were supposed to help them. Across these cases, the same pattern appeared again and again. Large grants, minimal oversight, political or personal connections, and little to show on the ground. As public outrage grew, law enforcement agencies stepped in. The Special Investigating Unit launched formal investigations into the National Lotteries Commission. Raids were conducted on NLC offices. Assets linked to Lotto funds were frozen, including properties and bank accounts. Court papers detailed how money allegedly flowed from the NLC to non-profits, then quickly moved into private accounts or property purchases. In some cases, funds were allegedly laundered through multiple entities to obscure their origin. Despite these actions, progress has been slow. Years later, many South Africans are still waiting for high-profile convictions, waiting for stolen money to be recovered, waiting for accountability. Meanwhile, the real victims remain the communities. Sports clubs that never received equipment, youth centers that were promised but never built, charities that followed the rules and were denied funding while connected organizations received millions. In towns across the country, abandoned buildings stand as silent evidence of a system that failed. The Lotto was meant to be a force for good. Instead, it became a case study in how public trust can be destroyed when transparency disappears. This is not just a Lotto problem, it reflects a wider issue in South Africa. A system where corruption allegations surface repeatedly, where investigations take years, where consequences are rare, and where ordinary people pay the price. The South African Lotto was built on a simple idea, that even if you lose, someone else benefits. But when those benefits are captured by the connected, the entire system collapses. Because this was never supposed to be a game of power, it was supposed to be a game of chance. And until every rand can be accounted for, the question will remain. Who really won the South African Lotto? This has been South Africa Exposed, and this story is still unfolding.
Yeah, man. Hey, Lotto was a thing back then. I won't even lie. Yeah, some people do play till today, but hey, back then it was a culture, it was a movement. I won't even lie, man. And you know, when there's money, there's always corruption, man. But you guys comment down below and tell me what you guys think. I'm a tapping with you. Love you. Take care.